the state of Iowa, a flat land full of rolling cornfields and prairies. Practically every part of the state looks exactly like this. However, it didn't always look like that. In fact, it took a lot of time for Iowa to get to the way it is today. That's where I come in. Today, I'm going to take you on a journey all throughout the time period of Iowa. Are you ready? No? Well, you clicked the video. Moving on. The world has changed a lot over a long period of time. So much, in fact, that Iowa and a lot of other places around the world actually used to be underwater. It took about 100 million years afterwards for the waters to actually begin to retreat, and for more plants and animals to start to form. So it's no real surprise that the only fossils found by archaeologists during this time period would be coral and small clam things called brachiopods. Skip ahead about 373 million years later to the point where we come to the beginning of the Ice Age. I say beginning because technically the modern times that we are in today is still a part of the Ice Age. Iowa is now a dry land mass with glaciers coming from northern Canada southward, flattening the land into the Iowa that we know today. These glaciers were very instrumental in Iowa's geological history. These glaciers created flat lands and better soil for plants to grow in, basically creating a farmer's paradise. The glaciers left behind big chunks of granite into the soil. This basically proves that the glaciers were there at one time. This time period was home to many animals, such as the woolly mammoth, giant sloth, and giant beaver, just to name a few. Eventually, the warmer climate caused the glaciers to melt, along with the extinction of most of the animals that lived there during the beginning of the time period. The new flat land, soil, and warmer climate eventually caused the area where the glaciers were to start to grow many different kinds of plants, which eventually became home to many different kinds of animals. These areas were known as prairies, and helped create what we call today the Great Plains. As I said before, these plains were home to many different kinds of animals, with deer and bison as an example. Archaeologists also found arrowheads in the soil from this time period. This basically proves that Native Americans were here during this time. As we all know, Europeans eventually started to colonize America, and with our good old American ways, we had to get rid of the prairie, turn it all into farmland, along with the extinction of many different animals that lived in the prairies, and we also had to boot out all of the Native Americans along with it. Yeah, America! This is basically the beginning of modern times. With evolving technology and the expansion to the west, Iowa basically became mostly cornfield, only leaving about 0.1% of prairie left. This is basically a huge problem because, as I said before, that is home to a lot of different plants and animals. But, hey, America needs its corn, right? Well, I guess that's the end of the video. Just remember, the next time you look at a cornfield, just sit back and realize how much time, geological changes, and man-made destruction helped to create the Iowa you know today. Well, I'm out. Peace.